Hi friends, this is Pushpalata. Hi friends, this is Pushpalata. Today let us discuss monetary and credit policy. Okay friends, what is monetary policy? Monetary policy is the process of managing a nation's money supply. Friends, here in our country, RBI is the responsible authority. Okay, friends, once in every 2 months, RBI announces its bi monthly monetary policy statement. See, friends, monetary policy is a macroeconomic policy tool which influences interest rate, inflation, and credit availability through the changes in the supply of money available in the economy. Okay, friends, I'll explain you in detail how monetary policy influences its interest rate, inflation, and credit availability in this video. Okay, friends, what is the purpose of the monetary policy? Purpose of the monetary policy is to preserve the intrinsic value of rupee. Friends, mon- friends, everyone has a doubt, right? Okay, what is the necessity to manage a nation's money supply, friends? Everyone has a question, right, in their mind. Okay, friends, I'll explain this by taking two scenarios. In first scenario, that is country A. If country A increases its money supply, then immediately the price of goods and services increases. Why? Here, country increases its money supply, but the quantity of goods available in the economy are remain same. So this extra money supply chases the same number of goods. So it leads to this increase in the money supply causes the price of goods and services in the economy. Okay, friends, all this will lead to inflation. In this situation, a normal man can't even afford to buy his basic goods. That's food, that is food, clothes, etc. Okay, friends. Now let us discuss the second scenario. That is country B. If country B decreases its money supply, what will happen? Here, country B decreases its money supply. So when so so immediately the demand for money increases in the economy, right? See, if country B decreases its money supply means the money circulation in the economy definitely reduces, right? So the demand for money increases in the economy. See, friends, one thing we have to remember that always demand affects the rate of interest, right? With this huge demand for money, bank also charges high rate of interest. Okay, friends. See, friends. With this high rate of interest, people prefers to borrow very less. Yes. See, friends. Generally, people won't prefer to borrow money from the banks whenever interest rate is high. Yes. So, with this high rate of interest, people prefers to borrow less from the bank. Okay, friends, I hope you can understand till here. So, if people borrow less from the bank, definitely the money available in the hands of the people may be less. So, they may not invest into their business. So, it may hampers the growth of an economy. So, either increase the money supply or decrease the money supply. Without proper management of money supply, will hampers the growth of an economy. So, proper management of money supply should be required to propel the growth of an economy. Okay, friends. That's the reason. That's the reason, friends. A country has to manage its money supply. Okay, friends. See, friends, credit policy is a part of monetary policy which deals with how much credit and at what rate a bank can lend it to its customers. Okay, friends. Okay, friends, these are the objectives of monetary policy, that is maintain price stability, constraining inflation, maintaining an appropriate exchange rate, accelerating growth of economy, generating employment and financial stability. Friends, These are the monetary policy tools. These tools are required to achieve the objectives of monetary policy. Okay, friends, what are those tools? Liquidity adjustment facility. The first tool is liquidity adjustment facility, which contains repo rate and reverse repo rate. And second tool is margin standing facility. Next one is bank rate, reserve ratios. Friends, reserve ratios contains CRR and SLR. Standing deposit facility, open market operations, quantitative easing, intervention in the forex market, and moral suasion. See, friends, these tools are required to achieve the monetary policy objectives. Okay, friends, these tools are very helpful for the RBI to achieve the objectives of monetary policy. Okay, friends, now let us discuss the first tool, that is liquidity adjustment facility. Liquidity adjustment facility was introduced by RBI in the year 2000. Liquidity adjustment facility used by the banks in their day-to-day mismatches in liquidity. Friends, I'll explain this in while I'm explaining repo rate. Don't worry, friends. Okay. See, friends, liquidity adjustment facility contains repo rate and reverse repo rate. Okay, friends. Now let us discuss about repo rate. What is repo rate, friends? Repo rate is the rate at which commercial banks borrow money from RBI on short-term basis, friends. Not long-term basis here. You must remember this. On short-term basis by mortgaging their dated government securities and treasury bills. Friends, don't worry. I'll explain you in detail. Suppose, friends, I'll explain you in detail. Don't worry, friends. Suppose if banks borrow money from RBI, banks borrow money from RBI, definitely RBI also charges some interest rate, right? That is nothing but repo rate. Okay, friends. Friends, I hope you understand till here. If banks borrow money from RBI, definitely RBI also charges some interest rate. That is nothing but repo rate. See, friends, this repo rate is intended for short duration. See, friends, collateral security is required to get loan through repo window. Without collateral security, RBI won't give loans to banks. Okay, friends. So to get loan from RBA, definitely banks need collateral securities. Okay, friends. It is one of the main tools of RBA to keep inflation under control. See, friends, repo rate is one of the main tools of RBA to keep inflation under control. Okay, friends, I'll explain you in detail right now. Don't worry. See, friends, anyway, when can a bank borrow money from RBA, friends? When? When can a bank borrow money from RBA? Tell me, friends. Suppose if banks have excess government bonds over and above the SLR securities, then banks can borrow money from RBA through this repo window. Okay, friends. I hope you understood. It's simple, friends. See, friends, banks has to pledge their government bonds as a collateral whenever they borrow money from the RBA. So collateral security should be required to get loan through repo window. Okay, friends. Okay, friends. Why do banks borrow money from RBI through repo window? Everyone has a question, right? Why do banks borrow money from RBI through repo window? I'll explain this by giving you one example, friends. See, friends, assume that if banks has 200 crores of deposit maturing in 2 days. But the money available in the hands of the banks may be 150 crores. To meet these mismatches of rupees 50 crores, banks borrow money from the RBA on short-term basis by mortgaging their dated government securities and treasury bills. Okay, friends. So banks undertake to repurchase the security at a later date. Okay, friends. Okay, friends. Who takes the decisions regarding repo rate? Monetary Policy Committee takes the decisions regarding repo rate. On what basis Monetary Policy Committee takes the decisions regarding repo rate, friends? Based on the trajectory of consumer price index based inflation. Okay, friends, based on the trajectory of consumer price index based inflation. See, friends, when inflation increases, Monetary Policy Committee also tries to rise its repo rate. When inflation decreases, Monetary Policy Committee may reduce the repo rate. I'll discuss you in detail here, friends. See, friends, when inflation increases, Monetary Policy Committee may raise the repo rate to control the inflation, friends. Okay, friends, I'll explain you in detail. See, friends, see, friends, inflation. You all know about inflation, right, friends? Inflation is bad for economy. We all knows that, right? Inflation will always reduce the value of money, right? So it is bad for economy as well as for individuals also, right? Of course, friends, it is bad for the economy and individuals also, right? Because inflation always reduces the value of money. Suppose, friends, I'll explain you. See, before inflation, if this pen cost 10 rupees, after inflation the same pen available in the market for 20 rupees. See, friends, with this choose price, how a normal man can buy this pen, friend? Right? Right? So inflation. So with this high inflation is always bad for the economy, friends. That we need to remember that. So whenever inflation increases, Monetary Policy Committee all may raise their repo rate also to control the inflation. How? I'll explain you here. When Monetary Policy Committee rises repo rate, banks have two options, right? Right, friends? Banks borrow at in first options, banks borrow at high rate from the RBA. In second options, banks may reduce the borrowing from the RBA. Right? If banks borrow at high rate from the RBA, definitely banks also charges high interest rate from the customer, right? Because banks are borrowing from the RBA with high repo rate, right? So definitely banks also use it to charge high interest rate from the customer. Yes, yes. Banks also lend it to customers with high interest rate. So with this high interest rate, people borrows less, right? So in this way, money supply in the economy comes down. Okay, friends. In second option, when banks reducing the borrowing from RBA, what will happen? When banks reducing the borrowing from RBA, what will happen? Banks may have less money to lend its customers, right? In this way, the credit creating capacity of banks also comes down. So the money supply in the economy, in this way, money supply in the economy comes down, right? In either of the two options, money supply in the economy comes down, right? Friends, I hope you understood till here. So in either of the two options, money supply in the economy comes down. So this might be the reason for the Monetary Policy Committee to raise the repo rate to control the inflation. Okay, friends. Anyhow, in this way, Monetary Policy achieves its goal of constraining inflation. Friends, when money supply comes down, then the price of goods and services also reduces, right? So monetary policy achieve its primary objective of maintaining price stability. See friends, I already told you here, and while I'm discussing with you repo rate is one of the main tools of RBA to keep inflation under control. See friends, like this Monetary Policy Committee uses repo rate to control the inflation. And not only that, here with this repo rate tool, Monetary Policy Committee achieve its goals of constraining inflation and maintaining price stability. Okay, friends. Suppose, friends, see, friends, higher inflation is bad for the economy. I already discussed you how high inflation is dangerous for the bad for the economy. Okay, friends, but certain percentage of inflation should be required in our economy. Friends, note this point here. Due to the time constraint, I'm moving on now, but I'll explain this point while I'm explaining inflation chapter. Okay, friends. Due to the time being, I'm moving here. Due to the time constraint, I'm moving here. See, friends, when inflation decreases, Monetary Policy Committee may reduce repo rate. Why? See, friends, when Monetary Policy Committee reduces repo rate, definitely banks also charges less interest rate from the customer. Why? Here, banks are getting cheaper credit from the RBA, right? Because here RBI charges less interest rate from the banks. So banks, so bank, so now banks can borrow more from the RBI with this less interest rate, right? Then banks also can charge less interest rate from the customer, right? Yes. So with this less interest rate, customer prefers to borrow more from the bank. So money circulation in the economy increases. So the money available in the hands of the people also more, right? So now people can invest their money in the business, right? So it propels the growth of an economy. So friends, one thing we have to remember here that Monetary Policy Committee, I can conclude here that Monetary Policy Committee takes the decisions based on the prevailing economic situation. Okay, friends, I hope you can understand till here. Okay, friends. Now let us okay. Now let us discuss monetary transmission. I'll read this definition for you, friends. By reducing the repo rate, the RBI has been sending a signal to the rest of the banking system that the lending rates in the system should come down. This process of repo rate reduction leading to interest rate reduction across the banking system is called monetary policy transmission. Friends, don't worry, I'll explain you in detail. See, friends, whenever RBA, whenever RBA reduces its repo rate, it gives a signal to the entire banking system. It gives a signal to the banking, it gives a signal to the banking system has to reduce their lending rate. Okay, friends, whenever RBI reduces its repo rate, it gives a signals to the banking system should reduce their lending rate. Okay, friends. So the process of repo rate reduction leading to the interest rate reduction in the across the banking system is called as monetary policy transmission. Okay, friends. I hope now you can understand. Okay, friends. Once again, I want to explain to you. See, friends, whenever RBI reduces its repo rate, it gives a signal to the entire banking system. It gives a signal to the entire banking system to reduce their lending rate. Okay, friends, this process of repo rate reduction leading to the reduction in the interest rate across the banking system is called as monetary policy transmission. Okay, friends, I hope you understood till here. Simple, friends. Repo rate reduction leads to the interest rate reduction across the banking system is nothing but monetary policy transmission. Okay, friends, I hope you understood till here. But friends, in our economic survey 2019-20 stated that monetary transmission is weak in our country. Why, friends? See, friends, even though RBI reduces its repo rate, banks are not willing to reduce their interest rate. That's the reason. See, friends, even though repo rate is reduced, it is not reflecting the reduction of interest rate, friends. So this so so in our economic survey 2090 state that monetary transmission is weak in our country. See, friends, if RBI reduced repo rate by 1%, definitely banks also has to reduce their interest rate by 1%. If RBI reduces repo rate by 1%, banks also reduce their interest rate by 1%, then we can call it as proper monetary transmission. But this is not happening here. That's the reason our economic survey 2019-20 state that monetary transmission is weak in our country. No problem, friends. Anyways, to facilitate better monetary transmission, RBI already introduced external benchmark, friends. I'll discuss this external benchmark in coming video. Okay, friends. I hope you understood this monetary transmission. Now let us move to the next topic, that is reverse repo rate. Okay, friends, what is reverse repo rate? Reverse repo rate is the rate at which the RBI borrows money from banks. Here, RBI borrows money from banks when there is excess liquidity in the market. The banks benefit out of it by receiving interest for their holdings with the central bank. See, friends, whenever banks have excess funds, then they can park the excess funds with the RBI. Okay, friends. For that, RBI also pays some interest to the banks. Interest rate that the RBI pays to the banks for parking their excess funds is nothing but reverse repo rate. Okay, friends, I hope you understood till now. Friends, in this way, RBI encourages the banks to park more funds with the RBI. Okay, friends, to earn high returns on excess funds. Friends, reverse repo rate is very important monetary policy tool, friends, to control liquidity and inflation. See, friends, see, in this way, RBI sucks the excess liquidity from the banking system, right, friends? Whenever more liquidity is there in the market, what RBI is to do? RBI using reverse repo rate. With this tool, RBI sucks the excess liquidity from the market. In this way, reverse repo rate is useful for the RBI to control the liquidity and inflation. Friends, reverse repo rate is 25 basis points below the repo rate. Okay, friends, I can conclude here that RBI uses repo rate and reverse repo rate as instruments for liquidity adjustment in the system. Okay, friends, I hope you clearly understood this one. Now I'm moving forward to another tool, that is marginal standing facility. Friends, marginal standing facility was introduced in the year 2011 by RBI. I'll see friends, when the amount allotted under repo rate exhausted, then commercial banks have an option to borrow money from RBA at a penal rate through marginal standing facility. See friends, when even though amount allotted under the repo rate exhausted, commercial banks have an option to borrow money from the RBA by using this marginal standing facility. Okay friends? See friends, this is a penal rate. I'll explain you. See friends, this marginal standing facility is the loan for overnight friends. Okay friends. Repo rate is known as policy rate and is used as a signal to the financial system to adjust their lending and borrowing operations. Friends, Monetary Policy Committee announces the policy rate, that is repo rate. With this repo rate is useful for the banking system. Okay, friends, repo rate is used as a signal to the financial system to adjust their lending and borrowing operations. I'll explain you here, friends. Don't worry. See, friends, if we add 0.25% to the repo rate, then we can get marginal standing facility rate, friends. If we see, friends, why do we need to add 0.25% here? Because 0.25% is a penalty. So we need to add this 0.25% to the repo rate to get marginal standing facility rate, friend. Okay, friend. Okay. What is reverse repo rate, friends? If we deduct 0.25% from the repo rate, then we can get reverse repo rate, friends. Okay, friends. See, friends, these gaps are always same, but in some, exceptional conditions, these gaps will change, as friends. Like this year COVID situation. Due to this, on 25th December, we can see policy repo rate was 4%. On 25th December 2020, we can see policy repo rate was 4%, but reverse repo rate is 3.35%. Actually, the reverse repo rate should be 0.25% less than repo rate. So it might be 3.75%. But here, the reverse repo rate is 3.35% due to this COVID situation. Anyways, friends, marginal standing facility rate is 4.25% only. This is the penal, that 0.5% is a penal rate, right? So marginal standing facility is 4.25%. Okay, friends. Anyway, we have bank can borrow money from RBA through repo window, right? Then what is the necessity of marginal standing facility, friends? Everyone has a doubt, right? Why marginal standing facility is needed? Everyone has a doubt, right? Banks can borrow banks can borrow money from RBA through repo window, right? So even though repo window is there, what is the necessity for the banks to what is the necessity for the banks to have marginal standing facility? What is the necessity, friends? Okay, why margin standing facility is needed, friends? I'll explain you in detail, friends. See, friends, banks can borrow funds under margin standing facility when they don't have excess SLR securities. When they don't even have excess SLR securities, still they can borrow money from the RBA by using this marginal standing facility. Friends, don't worry, I'll explain you in detail. See, friends, if banks have see friends, if banks have excess government bonds over and above the SLR securities, then they can borrow money from the RBA through repo window. Yes, friends. Yes, but but in case some banks but in case some banks don't have excess SLR securities, still they can draw down on their holdings of SLR securities, borrow money from the RBA at the marginal standing facility. Okay, friends. So that's why we can call it as penal rate, friends. Okay, friends. That's why. So even though banks don't have excess SLR securities, still they can draw down on their holdings of SLR securities and borrow money from the RBI at marginal standing facility. So That's why marginal standing facility is required for the banks. Okay, friends. I can conclude here, friends, that marginal standing facility is helpful to reduce the volatility in the overnight interest rate. Why, friends? Suppose, friends, if marginal standing facilities wouldn't be there, mm, and repo limit also exhausted, then banks have an option to borrow money from the call money market, right? See, friends, always demand for money affects the interest rate. Yes, friends. So, um, in this way, with this choose demand, with this tight liquidity situation, leads to the rise in the call money market rate also, right? Okay, friends. With this choose liquidity, choose with this choose demand and tight liquidity situation, call money market rate also increases. Yes, friends. So, in overnight, the call money rate also increases. Yes, friends. So, RBI uses this repo rate and marginal standing facility as the mechanisms to prevent day-to-day volatility in the interest rate. Okay, friends. Okay, friends. So, I can conclude here that this marginal standing facility is required to ensure smooth monetary transmission in financial system. It's very helpful for the banking system to ensure smooth monetary transmission in the financial system. I hope, friends, you understood till here, right? Now let us go to the next tool, that is bank rate. Okay, friends, what is bank rate? Bank rate is the rate charged by the RBA for lending its long-term loans, friends. It's long-term loans to commercial banks. See, friends, till now we discussed short-term loans, but here we are hearing long-term loans, right? So bank rate is the rate charged by the RBI for lending its long-term loans to commercial banks. Bank rate is useful for the RBI to manage money supply. See, friends, bank rate influences lending rates of commercial banks. So any revision in the bank rate any revision in the bank rate by RBA gives the signals to the banking system to revise their lending rate. Okay, friends. So higher bank rate leads to higher interest rate by the banks. Okay, friends. Why bank rate became dormant? Why, friends? Right? Bank rate become dormant. Everyone knows that. Why bank rate become dormant? See, friends. On the introduction of liquidity adjustment facility, bank rate became dormant. Why? On the introduction of liquidity adjustment facility, RBI discontinued its RBI discontinued long-term loans. See, if long-term loans are not there, then what is the necessity of bank rate? Right? In this way, bank rate became dormant. Anyways, friends, bank rate is there in the statutes. That's why RBI uses bank rate as a penal rate when banks breach their mandates. Mandates. Mandates means here what are the friends? CRR and SLR, right? Yes, friends. See, friends, whenever banks couldn't meet their reserve ratios, that is CRR and SLR, then RBI uses bank rate as a penal rate. As a penal rate. Okay, friends. Okay, friends. Now I hope you can understand till here. Friends, I hope you understand bank rate. See, friends, whenever banks couldn't meet their um, reserve ratios, I mean CRR and SLR limits, then RBI uses bank rate as a penal rate. Okay, friends, and lend it to its banks. Okay, friends. See, friends, bank rate is always same as a, MSF. Bank rate has been aligned with margin standing facility after the introduction of margin standing facility in 2011. So now bank rate and margin standing facility both rates are same. See friends, bank rate is 4.25% on 25th December 2020. I already discussed with you. Margin standing facility is also 4.25% on 25th December 2020. Okay, friends, I hope you understood till here. Friends, let us discuss the remaining topics, long-term repo operations, and remaining tools in the coming video. Okay, friends, what are the topics left over? All these topics belongs to this monetary and credit policy. We will discuss in the next video, friends. Okay, friends, I'll definitely meet you in the next video. Bye, friends.